สวัสดีค่ะยินดีต้อนรับสู่ Black Box Theatre มหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพละครที่ท่านจะได้รับชมต่อไปนี้คือละครเรื่อง Hedwig and the Angry Inch ละครเรื่องนี้จัดการแสดงโดยได้รับลิขสิทธิ์ถูกต้องตามกฎหมายจากบริษัท Dramatis Play Service Incorporation New York เพื่อส่งเสริมวัฒนธรรมการชมละครที่ดีขอความกรุณาท่านผู้ชมทุกท่านงดการสนทนาและปิดเครื่องมือสื่อสารทุกชนิดงดแชทโดยเฉพาะ BlackBerry และ iPhone เนื่องจากสัญญาณรบกวนขณะจัดการแสดงคณะละครมหาวิทยาลัยกรุงเทพขอสงวนสิทธิ์ในการถ่ายภาพและบันทึกภาพยกเว้นผู้ที่ได้รับอนุญาตจากทางคณะละครเท่านั้นค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Box Theatre, Bangkok University.The play that is about to begin is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. The show is performed with a special arrangement with Dramatis Play Service Incorporation, New York. For your viewing pleasure, please do not talk and please switch off your mobile phones and other electronic devices. Please do not chat, especially on BlackBerry and iPhone, due to the signal interference.Bangkok University Theatre Company reserves the right not to allow video recording or photography, except for those who have been authorized. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, it's Hedwig!
Don't you know me, Kansas City? I'm an Evelyn Wall. Try and tear me down. I was born on the other side of a town we've been to. I made it over the great divide. Now I'm coming for you, and amazing and the race. They try and tear me down. You want me, baby? I dare you.Now everyone wanna take a step. They go right to me with red graffiti and speech. And amazing and was sorry. They try and tie me down. You want me, baby? I dare you. Try and tie me down. But before you do,
remember one thing,
Listen, there's much of a difference between a bridge and a wall. Will I be rather than me to beg? Wow, you put in nothing at all. I'm sorry. They try and tie me down. Try and tie me down. And amazing, and was sorry. They try and tie me down. You want me, baby, I tell you. Try and tie me down. From East Berlin to Junction City. Hello, New York. Hello, mystery. What? Try and tie me down, baby. Oh, come on, baby. Me now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, you're so sweet. I'd love a warm hand on my entrance. My name is Hedwig, and please welcome the Angry Ants! Give it more, man. Yeah, give it up more, baby. Give it up more. Come on. Yeah. Okay, baby. And my man, Friday through Thursday, you suck! That's where we know it. That's none. I'm thrilled you could join me for this special opening night performance here at a beautiful Hotel Riverview. This grand ballroom has a celebrated history as a place of sanctuary of succor, if you will, having once sheltered the surviving crew of the Titanic. Perhaps they can hear me now? You brave, unfortunate souls, blasted by man's hubris and washed up on cruel shores. I, who am simply blasted and washed up, salute you. So anyway, so please welcome to the fabulous first night of my unlimited New York run. And when it comes to huge opening, a lot of people think of me. Many more of you, though, have only recently become aware of me. It took a tragedy to make you finally pay attention, but now you're interested. Intrigue even. Oh. Who is this Hedwig, and why haven't I ever heard about her before, Bob? Well, this question I've been asking myself for years, minus the Bob. How did some slip of a girly boy from communist East Berlin become the internationally ignored song-styled Barry standing before you? That's what I want to talk about tonight. I'm not here to talk about calamity or scandal. I'm not here to talk about my relationship with a certain well-known rock icon, Tommy knows it. Even though at this very moment, he's probably talking about me by some freak accident. He's previewing his tour of atonement tonight at Giant Stadium right across the river.
Hello, New York. Listen. There's someone I want to thank for the way they handled this tragedy, with incredible loyalty in the face of a lot of lies. And that someone is you, my fans. And together, no one's gonna tear us down.
I wrote every song on that album. And by the way, the tabloids got it right. He was driving, he wasn't blown, he was getting blown by your jury, and he did hit the school bus full of deaf children. One survived, now blind. I thought you maybe think he knows and has apparently forgotten about rock and roll. And he barely mentions my name on that Jane sucking sound, Larry King calls it show. Baby, which I'm sure you all saw, because if you hadn't, I be singing to the desk clerk. And if I was lucky, my agent, Philistine. Did you make it this hard, Phyllis? Huh? I'm sorry, I'm wide open tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, the road is my home the road. And when I think of all the people I have come upon in my travels, I have to think about the people who have come upon me. The geography of human contact, the triangulation of a pair of eyes on my face, the latitude and longitude of a hand on my body. Yes. These are the only clues I have to my place in the world. To who I am. Who is Mystery Woman? I laugh because I will cry if I don't. I recently found my first diary, aged 2 through 6, fully illustrated, and I realized that so many people have touched me on my way to this stage tonight. How can I say who touched me the most? My father, the American GI who lived when I was very old enough to speak my first word. Daddy, when I grow up, I kill you. Could it have been my instrument mother? No, when she touched me, it was usually by accident, reaching for the beans at the table or something. One day, we were watching Jesus Christ on American Forces television. I turned to mother. Jesus says that I nesting. She slapped me. Don't you ever mention that name to me again. But he died for our sin. So did Hitler. What? Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Better to be powerless, my son. She got hurt when the wall went up. We happened to be living on the east side. And mother was given a job teaching sculpture to limbless children. Socialism, God brought it so. Most of my time was spent listening to the American Forces radio, baby. Our apartment was so small. Yeah, that made me play it. Yeah, that made me play it in the oven. Here is oven. Late at night, I would rest my head on the top rack and listen to the American masters. Tony Tennille, Debbie Bourne, Anne-Marie, who was actually a Canadian working in American Egypt. Then there were the crypto hormone rockers. Reed, Iggy Pop, David Bowie, who was actually an Egyptian working in America and Canada. Baby, these artists left a deep an impression on me, as that oven rack did on my face. To be a young American, you must spread love. So beneath the chair, not even the chair, I am myself. Haven't ever been mellow, haven't ever tried, and it can't let go. Sing. Yeah, baby. I sang along, but never with the melody. How could I do better than Tony out there, baby? Once I couldn't resist, it can be wrong if it feels so. Mother threw a tomato at my head. But I was very quite content to sing gender backup harmonies in my oven. While mother sculpted in the shower. When the hour grew late and it was time for bed, she would shout from the bathroom, "Well, that's me!" And I would reply from the kitchen, "Well, I guess that's me too." We would wash our feet and brush our teeth. I lay down on a narrow pallet that we had shared since Daddy left. Like two pieces of a puzzle that don't quite fit but are jammed together and left on the table by some dangerous shut-in with too much time on his hand. I'm sorry, I'm completely directed right now. Baby, I'd like to share with you a bedtime story. The mother once whispered to me in the dark, and later rejected. Whatever allowed her to reveal such a story to such a little boy, I'll never know. But I remember it like it happened yesterday. When the earth was still flat and clouds made a fire and mountains stretched up to the sky, sometimes higher. Folks roamed the earth like big roaring caves. They had two sets of arms, they had two sets of legs, they had two faces peering out of one giant head, so they could watch around them as they talk while they read, and they never knew nothing of love. It was before the origin of love.
The ocean of love.
Oh, the origin of love.
The ocean of love.
Now there were three sections, then one that looked like two men glued up back to back. They called the children of the sun, and similar in shape and curve were the children of the earth. They looked like two girls rolled around in one. And the children of the moon looked like a fork chop of the spoon. They were Parson, Part1, Part2, Parson. Oh, the origin of love. Now the gods grew quite scared of our strange fight and thought saying, "I'm gonna kill them all with my hammer, like I killed the giants." But the Sioux said, "No, you better let me use my lightning like scissors, like I cut the legs of the whales, send dinosaurs into races." And then he grabbed up some bows. He let out the love, said I split them right down the middle, gonna cut them right off in half, and then strong crowds get it above, it's red burst of fire. And the fire shot down from the sky, both like shining bread of the night, and it ripped right through the face. What a shame. last time I saw you, we had just split in two. You were looking at me, I was looking at you. You had a way so familiar, but I could not recognize. Cause you had blood on your face, I had blood in my eyes. But I could swear by your expressions, there's a pain down in your soul, called the same. It's the one down in mine. That's the pain. They cut straight like down through the hole. We call it love. So we wrap around each other, trying to ourselves back together. We are making love, making love. It was a cold dark evening, such a long time ago, when by the mighty hand of dawn. It was a sad story, how we become lonely to wreck creature. The story, that's the origin of love. No, that's the origin of love. Oh, that's the origin of love. Oh, that's the origin of love. After Martha finished, she began to snore. And I had to go somewhere I could think. I crept into the kitchen. And put my head in the oven again. It is clear that I must find my other half, baby. But is this a he or she? Is this daddy? He went away. Or mother? I was suddenly afraid to go back to bed. What does this person look like? Identical to me? Or somehow complementary? Does my other half have what I don't? Yeah. Did I get the looks? The luck? Or the love? Were we really separated forcibly? Or did they just run off with the good stuff? Or did I? Will this person embarrass me? And what about sex? Is that how we put ourselves back together again? Is that what Jerry was trying to do? How can two people actually become one again? And if we're driving on the autobahn when it happens, can we still use the diamond lane? Practical questions of wholeness. Complete. Yes, complete. Think of it. I thought of it. I thought of the power. And the ghost will be terrified. Magnifying sight, just suck. Very funny, very passive aggressive. Look, just like immigration. If you behave, I might let you shave my back. That will be all. Hi, guy. Can you hold for me? Can you hold it? Yeah, thank you. How's my hair? It's the trouble in the West Wing. These are actually my lungs, my Aquanet lungs. They're kicking on the high notes. Okay, baby, I want you to be serious. Just the other day, I was telling Yisak how nervous I was about tonight. Would it still be able to fit into the Sergio Valente? There was no time to diet, so I had my heart removed. Suddenly, it was a perfect size 6. Of the way we were. Watch my that knock. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry you had to see that. When I met him, he said he wanted to be a model. A food model. Okay, maybe. Enough about him. Okay, let's get back to the story. Yeah? Did someone call my name? No, okay. I thought I have heard the story.
I realized there was only one person who had ever really been there for me in my life. And that person was me. The accident was a call for help. I was getting help. To me.
Well, what about me? Without me, he never would swerve into that oncoming church bus and got all that attention. Let me just take a second here. Against the advice of my lawyers, Jacoby, Mayers, and Lee Bailey, I had just wrapped up a late night engagement in the meatpacking district. Yeah, we're talking to newly renovated meatpacking district. Baby, you heard of Soho No Ho? Huh? This is Meepa. When the limo pulled up, I stepped into it, naturally mistaking it for my own. In the limo, sat Tommy Noises. We were both astonished. It had been years. So we dropped the driver off and drove up and down the island, doing drugs and catching up. We talk about the disappointing sales of his second album, the one he wrote without me. He spoke of his loneliness, baby. And I remind him of happy days. I just couldn't keep my mouth shut. Oh no. And you know the rest, so you can imagine. When the story broke, Tommy's people offered me a small fortune to keep this all to myself. As if I accept the filthy lucre. As if selling the story of someone else